Outer space is emerging as a potential fourth arm of any country's defense setup. Discuss the issues associated with outer space geopolitics and also suggest a way forward. Now, how to answer this question? First, introduce how outer space is emerging as a potential fourth arm of a country's defense setup. Then, discuss the issues associated with the outer space geopolitics and conclude the answer by suggesting a way forward. So, let us begin. India's new strategic interest in outer space, is based on a recognition of two important trends. One is centrality of emerging technologies in shaping the 21st century global order. The other is about the urgency of writing new rules for the road to peace and stability in outer space. The US has traditionally dominated the outer space in the commercial domain. Its military competition with Russia set the norms in the security field. China's emergence as a major space power in both civilian and military is reshaping the astropolitics. What is astropolitics? It is the geopolitics of the outer space. Now, the issues associated with outer space geopolitics. Let us discuss one by one. Number one is weaponization of space. The militarization and weaponization of space are fundamentally at odds with constructive commercial and scientific projects. The war in space would destroy the intrinsic trust and cooperation necessary to maintain the systems deployed in space for peaceful purposes. Despite these facts, the development projects for militarization and weaponization of outer space have been on the increase with the aim of one country. Now coming to the another issue, that is issue of space debris. Once a satellite is destroyed, a satellite that is destroyed by a missile disintegrates into small pieces and adds to the space debris. The free-floating space debris is a potential hazard for the operational satellites, and colliding with them can leave the satellites dysfunctional. With countries launching more and more satellites, each one of them being a strategic or commercial asset, avoiding collisions could become a challenge in the future. Another issue is quest for space mining. This quest for space mining will trigger a new era of conflict and cooperation and lead to a new space race. According to US Chamber of Commerce, the commercial space industry is estimated to be 1.5 trillion US dollar industry by 2040. Then coming to moon rush. After the discovery of water on the moon and the peaks of eternal light, the moon rush on Earth aimed at the lunar south pole has become a new phenomenon. For example, China's Change 4 soft landed in the Von Karman crater on the dark side of South Polar region. The US lunar program now aims to put man back on the moon in the next decade. NASA's focus is on the South Pole, and if it succeeds, it will be the first manned crew to arrive at the South Pole. Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, unveiled the Blue Moon project that seeks to land men and women on the moon in the next few years. Now, what is the way forward? The way forward is collaboration of public and private institutions. India needs to structurally separate the regulatory, commercial and scientific research elements of the space program. Funding of space research and development must be enlarged, and ISRO and private research institutions should be encouraged to work in tandem. There is a need to establish an independent regulator that governs both ISRO and the new space operators on a level playing field. The other way forward is need for a strong regulatory framework. Delhi must also legislate a strong regulatory framework to promote India's space activity and protect its international interests. India should take a hard look at the emerging challenges to the current space order, review some of its past political assumptions about the nature of outer space, and contribute to the development of new global norms that will strengthen the essence of Outer Space Treaty. In order to effectively defend our space assets, India must have a reliable and accurate capabilities to track the space objects from debris and spacecraft to celestial bodies. Since accurate tracking forms the basis of almost every conceivable action in space, therefore this crucial capability must be developed indigenously. For the space defense to be effective, India must acquire a minimum credible capacity across the various types of space weapons, physical, electronic, and cyber. So India must have reliable and accurate capabilities to track the space objects.